Hello?
Wanna have a little fun?
Who's this?
Do you like scary movies?
If you be from the people who had nothing to do with
This month is packed with terrifying horror movies you won't want to miss. From pulse-pounding thrillers to mind-bending scares, we're counting down the top 10 must-watch horror films hitting theaters in February 2025. And trust me, number 4 and number 1 will haunt you long after the credits roll. Stay tuned till the end. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Hard Eyes, directed by Josh Rubin. Release on February 7th, 2025, a slasher horror that dares to turn Valentine's Day into a night of terror. Starring Olivia Holt, Mason Gooding, and Michaela Watkins, this film follows the infamous Hard Eyes killer, a masked murderer who preys on couples celebrating their love. But when he mistakes two co-workers working late for a couple, they find themselves in a desperate fight for survival. Expect plenty of suspense, gruesome kills, and a new horror icon in the making. Don't miss it when it hits theaters on February 7th. Number 9, Dark Nuns, directed by Kwon Hyuk-jae, release on January 24th, 2025. South Korea rarely disappoints when it comes to horror, and Dark Nuns is set to be another standout. A spin-off to The Priests, 2015, this supernatural horror stars Song Hye-kyo, John Yeobin, and Lee Jin-wook. The film follows a group of clergy members attempting to exorcise a possessed young boy, only to realize they are dealing with an evil far beyond their understanding. With eerie cinematography, intense performances, and the signature tension of Korean horror, Dark Nuns is one to watch. The movie will have a limited theatrical release in the US on February 7th. Number 8, The Gorge, directed by Scott Derrickson. Release date, February 14th, 2025. From the mind behind Sinister and The Black Phone, The Gorge blends horror, action, and adventure in a thrilling new way. Starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller, this film follows two elite operatives stationed on opposite sides of a mysterious gorge. But when they uncover the dark secret lurking below, they must join forces to stop a horror unlike anything they've ever faced. Expect high-intensity sequences and terrifying reveals when The Gorge premieres on Apple TV Plus this Valentine's Day. Number 7, The Monkey, directed by Osgood Perkins. Release date, February 19th, 2025. If you love Stephen King adaptations, The Monkey is a must-watch. Based on King's 1980 short story, this horror thriller follows twin brothers who discover an old toy monkey in their father's attic. At first, it seems harmless, but when a string of gruesome deaths begins to unfold, they realize it's cursed. As the years pass and the killings start again, the brothers must reunite to destroy the monkey before it takes more lives. Will they succeed, or is the curse unstoppable? Find out when The Monkey arrives in theaters on February 21st. Number 6, Little Bites, directed by Spider-One. Release date, October 4th, 2024. Little Bites is one of the most unsettling horror films of the year, and starring KRS-One Fox, Elizabeth Phoenix Caro, and John Sklarov, this movie tells the terrifying story of a widow who discovers a monstrous entity in her basement. To protect her 10-year-old daughter, she makes a horrifying choice: allow the creature to slowly consume her. But how long can she keep feeding it before the horror becomes unbearable? This twisted psychological horror will premiere on Shudder on February 21st in the United States of America. Number 5, Are You There? Directed by Kim Noonan. Release date, February 7th, 2025. Are You There? Begins with Rosa Gonzalez, a young paranormal psychology student who is dealing with the sudden death of a loved one. To try and find closure, she performs a summoning ritual by lighting a candle and asking, "Are you there?" But she unknowingly awakens something far more dangerous than she ever imagined. As the candle burns down, Rosa is thrust into a nightmarish series of events where each question she answers brings her closer to death. Forced to confront her deepest childhood trauma, Rosa must find a way to break free from the deadly game she's now trapped in, before it consumes her completely. But as she uncovers dark secrets about the entity haunting her, she realizes that she may already know the answer that could save her if she dares to ask the right question. Number 4, Out of Darkness, directed by Andrew Cumming, releasing on February 9th, 2025. Take a step back, way back, 45,000 years into the past. Out of Darkness is a terrifying prehistoric horror that follows 6 strangers arriving on a desolate shore, seeking a better life. But as night falls, hope turns to fear as they realize they are not alone. This film combines survival horror with historical elements, creating a raw and ruthless cinematic experience. The eerie, almost alien landscapes add to the sense of isolation, making every shadow feel like a lurking predator. If you love movies like The Descent and A Quiet Place, this prehistoric nightmare will be right up your alley. Number 3, Ghost Light, directed by Kelly O'Sullivan and Alex Thompson. Release date, February 24th, 2025. Ghost Light follows the journey of a construction worker who, by chance, becomes involved in a local community theater's production of Romeo and Juliet. As he steps into the role of a lifetime, his presence begins to stir up a series of deep-seated emotions within his family. The play serves as a backdrop for the fractured relationships in his life, particularly with his grieving mother and estranged father. Their son, the eldest, tragically committed suicide, and the family's healing is stunted by unspoken pain. As the lines between art and life begin to blur, the family finds solace in the raw emotion of the play, which ultimately helps them through their sorrow and grief in ways they had never imagined.
To remind us all to subscribe to the channel!
Number 2, Cell Phone, directed by Luke Sommer. Release date, February 13th, 2025. Cell Phone follows Wynn, a young woman who has been struggling with PTSD after the tragic death of her fiancé in a car accident. One day, while scrolling through her phone, she begins to notice disturbing and cryptic images on her screen. These images, all eerily linked to future events, suggest that she is in grave danger. At first, she dismisses them as a result of her emotional trauma, but as the images grow more vivid and urgent, she realizes they may be warning signs of something much darker. Desperate to find answers, Wynn races against time to decipher the images before they come true, all while battling her inner demons. At number 1, I Heart Willie, directed by Alejandro G. Allegra. Release date, February 26th, 2025. I Heart Willie centers on a young boy named Willie, who has endured years of abuse and isolation in the woods. After being abandoned and mistreated, he creates a horrific bodysuit made from the skins of those who dared trespass on his land. As the years pass, Willie's monstrous acts fade into folklore, a terrifying tale whispered in the nearby town. However, when a series of mysterious disappearances begin to occur, the story of Willie is rekindled. Daniel and Nico, 2 friends looking for thrills, unknowingly wander into Willie's territory one night, only to find themselves trapped in a deadly game of survival. As they attempt to escape, they slowly realize the terrifying truth. They've crossed into a world of unspeakable horror, where survival may be impossible. With Willie's gruesome legacy haunting them, they must outwit a force that has been waiting for its next victims. That's a wrap on today's list. Which of these horror films are you most excited to see? Did any of them give you chills just from the description? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more top movie picks. And be sure to check out our other videos for more must-watch recommendations.